The receipt was folded neatly in Ethan's jacket pocket. My fingers trembled when I unfolded it. Hotel Adeline, 2 nights, King Suite. The date was last weekend. The signature at the bottom, Lena. My breath caught in my throat. It didn't pound or race. It just stopped. I stood there, holding proof in my hands, and still, part of me hoped I was wrong. That maybe it was a mistake, a coincidence. But deep down, I knew. He was lying on the couch, arm over his face like he always did. After working late, I stood at the end of the sofa. You tired? He cracked one eye open. Yeah, long day. You said that yesterday. Work's been brutal. We're prepping for quarter end. I dropped the receipt on his chest. He blinked, then sat up. Slowly, like it weighed 100 pounds. What is this? You tell me. He stared at it. No flinch, no gasp, just a long exhale through his nose. Say something, I said. He rubbed the back of his neck. You went through my pockets? That's what you care about. Ivy, just tell me the truth. He didn't look away. It's not what you think, I laughed. It came out sharp and dry. Then explain it to me. Tell me why you booked a hotel under her name. He stayed quiet. Why her? I whispered. He finally met my eyes. I don't know. It just happened. You don't know? My voice cracked. She was my best friend. She sat at our table. She helped pick out our wedding colors. And you don't know, I was lonely. I blinked. You were what? Ivy, you've been distant for months. You barely talk to me. You come home, eat dinner, and go to bed. Like I'm invisible. You made yourself invisible. I took a step back. You checked out first. I kept trying. You pushed me away. I didn't mean for it to go that far, but it did. My throat felt raw. It went far enough for a 2-night stay in a suite with the girl who used to braid my hair. He winced. You're making this sound worse than it is. It's already the worst it can be, Ethan. You cheated. And not just with anyone, with her. He stood. I didn't plan it. We ran into each other, started talking, and one thing led to another. How many times? He hesitated. A few. I laughed again, softer this time. So it wasn't just a mistake. It was a choice. Repeated ones. It wasn't serious. That's supposed to make me feel better? I still love you. No? You don't get to say that, Ivy, please. I didn't mean to hurt you, but you did. He reached for me. I pulled away. She came to my birthday dinner, I said. She hugged me. She looked me in the eyes. I know. She told me I was lucky to have you. I know. Do you? He ran a hand through his hair. It's over, is it? I asked. Because last weekend wasn't that long ago. She's gone. It ended badly. I swallowed the bile in my throat. Good. Now it's your turn, Ivy. You don't get to be the victim here. I'm not trying to be. You said you were lonely. Did it ever occur to you I was lonely too? That I spent months feeling like I was married to a ghost? I didn't think exactly. You didn't think about me, about us, about what we built. He lowered his head. I'm sorry. I stared at him. At the man I once trusted more than anyone. The man I thought I'd grow old with. I didn't cry. I didn't scream. Something inside me had snapped, but it wasn't loud. It was quiet, hollow. I need air, I said, moving to the door. Can we talk later? No, please. I don't think there's anything left to say. He followed me to the porch. Where are you going? I don't know. Anywhere you're not, Ivy. I turned to face him. You killed something, Ethan. Something we'll never get back. He looked like he wanted to speak, but I didn't let him. I walked down the steps and into the night, letting the cold wrap around me like a shield. Behind me, the door stayed open, but I didn't turn back. Not this time. I walked down our street like I didn't belong there anymore. Every window felt like it was watching me. The sky was gray. Fitting, Mara stood on her porch, pruning that same dying bush she never gave up on. She looked up when I passed. Ivy, she called. I paused. You okay, sweetheart? I didn't answer. She came closer. You going to pretend like nothing happened? I blinked. What do you mean? She sighed, almost annoyed. I saw them a week ago. In your car. Kissing. I felt my stomach twist. My car? She nodded. Parked by the bakery. Broad daylight, and you didn't say anything? You think it's easy, telling someone their life's a lie? It would have hurt less than finding out from a hotel receipt. She frowned. Everyone's been whispering. I'm sorry. I turned to go. I'm tired of whispers, Mara. Then stop pretending you're fine. I didn't respond. I just kept walking. The silence buzzed in my ears louder than her words. When I got home, my phone was already ringing. Sarah, I picked up. Hi, are you still there? Yes, you shouldn't be, I know. Then why are you? I don't know, Ivy, I just need time, she groaned. He cheated. With your best friend, I know. You're acting like this is fixable. It's not that simple, why isn't it? Because I loved him, I said, voice cracking. I gave him everything. Years, loyalty, my whole heart, and he gave it to Lena. Don't say her name. I'm not sugarcoating this. You need to leave him. Like yesterday, I'm not ready. You don't need to be ready to walk. Just willing. I'm not strong like you. You're stronger. You just forgot. My chest tightened. What if I leave and regret it? What if you stay and regret yourself? I couldn't speak. The silence on the line made everything louder. You want me to come over? She finally asked. No, you sure? Yes, Ivy, I need to think, okay. But don't take too long. He's already taken enough. I hung up. My legs carried me to the bedroom on their own. His cologne still lingered in the closet. His shoes lined up like he deserved space here. Like this was still his home. I sat on the edge of the bed and stared at the wall. It didn't move. Neither did I. My phone buzzed again. A text from an unknown number. I didn't mean to hurt you. I knew who it was, Lena. I turned off the phone and dropped it in a drawer. No response was a response. I sat there for hours, thinking of the way Ethan used to laugh when we watched dumb movies. The way Lena held my hand at my bridal shower. How they both looked at me like I was the one they loved, and now they looked at each other like I never existed. I whispered into the quiet. Everyone knew but me, and somehow, I was still the one apologizing to myself. I stared at the bathroom mirror like it might lie to me. My eyes were swollen, my lips dry and cracked. My skin looked paper thin. I whispered, "What happened to you?" She didn't answer. I turned away, got dressed, drove across town in silence. The office was to clean, the kind of clean that made me want to leave, but I didn't. I sat down and waited. The door opened. Miss Ward? I nodded. He was older than I expected. Calmer. Glasses, rolled sleeves, kind eyes. Come in, he said. You're Ivy? That's me, I muttered. Dr. Callan, sit wherever you're comfortable. I sat on the edge of the couch like it might swallow me. So, what brings you in today? I'm not crazy, I blurted. He smiled gently. That's good to know. I needed someone who doesn't know me. You want to talk? I want to breathe. Then let's start there. I exhaled. My husband cheated. I'm sorry. With my best friend. He nodded once. No wide eyes. No gasping. Just stillness. I keep thinking it's a dream. Like I'll wake up and the world will go back. But it hasn't. No, he leaned forward. Do you want it to? Some days, yes. Other days, I want to burn everything down. Both are normal, great. So I'm a walking contradiction. You're hurt, he said. That's different from being crazy. That line stopped me. I stared at my hands. I haven't told anyone how bad it feels. You're telling me now. It feels like I died. Like I'm still here, but I'm not me anymore. Who are you now? I don't know. He gave me space to sit in that answer. It hurt more than anything. I used to be kind, patient, loyal, and now I'm angry, bitter, cold. Do you think those parts of you are bad? Yes, I don't. I looked up. Anger isn't the enemy, he said. It's a signal. It's telling you something isn't right. So what do I do with it? You listen to it, but you don't let it drive. That's poetic. He smiled again. It's also practical. I shifted in my seat. She sent me a text. What did it say? I didn't read it. Just saw her name and deleted it. Good boundary. It didn't feel good. It felt like weakness. No, that was strength. You chose peace. I shook my head. Peace feels fake. Like pretending I'm not shattered. Then don't pretend. Just don't give her more pieces. I blinked back the sting. I haven't cried. Not really. Not since it happened. You don't have to cry to be hurting. Then what do I do with it? You feel it. Safely. Slowly. Is that what this is? Safe? Yes. Silence wrapped around us like a blanket. For once, it didn't suffocate me. Do you think people like me heal? I asked. What do you mean by people like me? People who feel everything too much, who love too hard and get left with nothing. He paused. I think people like you rebuild stronger, but first, they fall apart. I nodded, more to myself than to him. Would you like to come back next week? He asked. I hesitated. Maybe is okay. I stood up. My legs felt steadier. Just a little. I'm not fixed, I said. You're not broken, he replied. For the first time in weeks, I believed someone, even if it was just for a second. The coffee shop smelled like vanilla and bad decisions. I stood in line, still unsure why I left the house. Ivy, I turned. Den. Same crooked smile, cleaner haircut. He wore a navy suit but held his cup like a college kid pulling an all-nighter. Den, I said. Wow. It's been what? 8 years? Closer to 10. You look, don't lie, he chuckled. I was going to say tired. I laughed. That's fair. We stood awkwardly until the barista called my name. I grabbed my coffee and hesitated. You free? I asked. He gestured to a corner booth. You okay? He asked as we sat down. No, I sipped. Ethan cheated. His face didn't change. I heard something about that. Small town, with Lena. His eyebrows finally twitched. Your best friend? He let out a slow breath. You here to vent? Or, I'm here to figure out what happens next. You thinking divorce? I nodded. I just don't know where to start. He leaned back. Start by not apologizing. I'm not, you're explaining. Same thing sometimes. I looked down at my hands. He doesn't think I'll go through with it, will you? I looked up. If I say yes, can you help me? I can. What's the catch? No catch. Just closure. I narrowed my eyes. You're a lawyer. There's always fine print, he smiled. We were friends once. Let's start there. Yeah. You were the only person in our econ class who didn't hate me because you let me cheat off your notes. You were terrible at microeconomics. I'm better with divorce law. That made me laugh unexpected, but real. He pulled out a small notebook. You own property together? Yes. The house. Joint name. Kids? I shook my head. No joint accounts. Too many. Debt too much. He nodded. I can draft paperwork. Make it clean. But clean doesn't mean painless. I'm already in pain. Might as well get something out of it. That's the spirit, he said gently. I hesitated. He won't see it coming. That's the point. I stared at the table. Do you think I'm being too cold? No, he said immediately. I think you've been too warm for too long. I swallowed. Do people get better after this? They get real. That's better than better. I nodded slowly. I want to be real. He slid a card across the table. Email me your details. I'll start drafting. I'm scared, I admitted. He met my eyes. Then you're doing it right. We sat in silence for a moment. The noise of the calf bust around us like a life I hadn't been part of in months. I didn't expect to see you today, I said. Life's weird that way. Maybe not weird, maybe just timely, he smiled. Sometimes all you need is one good person to remind you who you are. I don't even know anymore. You will. The barista called out another name. He stood. I've gotta run. But Ivy? Yeah. You're stronger than you look. I look strong? No, but you will. I didn't expect to see her, just needed milk and cereal. That's all. In and out, and then there she was. Lena, aisle 4, holding a box of tea like it wasn't my world she'd shattered. She smiled, like she didn't ruin my life. Well, this is awkward, she said. I stared at her. You're shopping where I live now? She shrugged. It's a free country, not a free conscience though. I didn't come here to fight, then leave. She rolled her eyes. You should be mad at him, not me. I laughed. It was bitter. Hollow. I'm mad at both of you. But I'll forgive neither. I didn't mean to hurt you. You meant to sleep with my husband. He told me things, Ivy. Said you two were barely speaking. That made it okay? I thought you'd moved on. With who? My own reflection? She stepped closer. You're acting like I destroyed something perfect. No, I said coldly. You destroyed something that was mine. He's not yours anymore. I stared at her. Was that supposed to comfort me? He chose me, she said. No, I said slowly. He used you. There's a difference. Her face faltered barely, but I saw it. I don't owe you anything, she whispered. You owe me everything. I won't apologize again. You never did the first time. She turned away. Good luck, Ivy. I didn't reply. I let her walk off like the conversation meant nothing to her. It did to me, but not the way it used to. I moved to the next aisle and almost dropped my basket when I saw him. Ben? He looked up. Ivy, we hadn't talked since their breakup. He looked thinner, worn. Didn't expect to run into you, I said. I live nearby now. She ruins everything, he said, still bitter. No, just honest. She say the same things to you? I asked. That you were cold? That she felt neglected? I nodded. Word for word, he replied. We stood in silence. His hands were clenched. You still love her? I asked. He shook his head. I miss the version I thought she was. Yeah, I whispered. Same. He leaned closer. Can I ask you something? Sure. Are you planning something? I tilted my head. Why? Because you look different. Not broken sharp. I half smiled. I stopped begging. That's all. You're going to hit back. I'm not sure how yet. When you figure it out, he said. Call me. I raised an eyebrow. Why? Because I have stories, receipts, and more reasons than you think. I blinked. Why help me now? Because she made me feel invisible, he said. You saw me. That stuck with me. Thanks, Ben. He nodded once. Finish your shopping. They've taken enough. I walked away, but something in me had changed. I didn't feel weak anymore. I felt ready. The lawyer's office smelled like old files and final chances. I want everything I'm owed, I said. I then looked up from his laptop. Let's start with the house. He thinks I won't go through with this. Good. That gives us a head start. He slid a folder toward me. This is the draft. Property division, joint accounts, asset freeze. I flipped through the pages. My fingers were steady. My pulse wasn't. You okay? He asked. I feel like I'm walking off a cliff. You're not falling, he said. You're jumping with a parachute. I half smiled. You're too good at metaphors, he shrugged. Law school ruins your sense of subtlety. I signed page after page. My name, his name, over and over. When will he get the papers? I asked. Tomorrow morning. Process servers lined up. 8 o'clock a.m. sharp. He'll still be in bed. I then smirked. Even better, I handed the folder back. Thank you. Don't thank me yet, he said. This part's just the paperwork. The hard part's standing your ground when he begs. He won't beg. I then paused. You sure? I hesitated. No, he leaned forward. Then decide now. If he cries, pleads, promises, what do you do? I leave the room. Good. I don't need more promises. Right, I need peace, he nodded. Then get ready. The storm's coming. Ethan didn't call right away, but I knew the moment the papers hit. At 8:06 a.m., he texted, What is this? Then, are you serious? Then, can we talk? I didn't answer. At 9:14 a.m., he showed up at the door. I opened it to inches. You should have knocked quieter. Some of us sleep peacefully now. He looked wrecked. Pale, hoodie inside out, like he'd forgotten how to function. You filed for divorce? Yes. You froze the accounts? Yes. You're kicking me out? I'm reclaiming space. He rubbed his forehead. I don't get it. You don't have to. Just pack. His voice rose. You don't mean this. I do. You just never thought I could. Ivy, be serious. I am. Can we just talk? We are. He stepped forward. I blocked the doorway. Please, he whispered. I gave you everything. You gave me hotel receipts. It was a mistake, no? A mistake is forgetting to pick up milk. You had a relationship with her. It didn't mean anything. It meant everything to me. He stared at me, breathing hard. You're not the same. I'm not, I said. I used to beg for your attention. Now I'm billing you for my time. You don't have to do this. Yes, I do. He sank down on the front step like the weight of it finally hit him. I messed up. You broke me. He looked up. Can't we fix it? I leaned down slightly. You can't fix what you never respected. He didn't speak. You thought I'd forgive you. I hoped. You thought I'd stay quiet. I prayed. I stood taller. You thought wrong. He ran a hand through his hair. I don't know who I am without you. Then start figuring it out. But not here. Where am I supposed to go? Ask her. She left. Not my problem. He laughed bitterly. You're really doing this? I already did. He blinked back tears. Ivy, no. I cut in. Don't say my name like you remember who I am. He wiped his face. This isn't you. It is now. You'll regret it. No, I said softly. You will. He stood, swaying. You're cold. I'm calm. That's worse. No, I said again. It's power. He turned to go. No bags. No goodbye. I closed the door. For the first time, it felt like mine. He knocked at 9:12 p.m., not the kind of knock that demanded anything. It was soft, weak, almost apologetic. I opened the door. Barely. Ethan stood there, hoodie damp, face pale. His eyes were red-rimmed. She left me, he said. I'm not surprised. He blinked fast. She said I was too broken. She's not wrong. I thought she loved me. I raised an eyebrow. Did you think that about me too? He didn't answer. I gave up everything for her, he muttered. And she walked away. Congratulations. You finally know how it feels. I deserve that. No, I said. You deserve the silence that follows. I haven't slept in days. I used to count the hours you stayed out late. Ivy, he swallowed hard. I messed up. I know. You didn't mess up. I said. You dismantled me. Piece by piece. I was stupid. No, stupid is forgetting an anniversary. You were cruel. He leaned against the doorframe. I didn't come to beg. Then why are you here? I don't know, he said. I guess I thought maybe you'd still care. I tilted my head. That's the problem. You always thought I'd be waiting. He looked down. I never thought you'd walk away. I never thought you'd destroy me. I didn't mean to, but you did. He looked up. You're different. I had to be. He reached into his pocket, pulled out something. A small photo. Us, laughing, happier. I keep this with me, he said. Throw it away. It's the only thing that still feels real, no? It's the thing that keeps you stuck. I miss you. I miss who I used to be before you made me question everything. He looked wrecked. Tears welled in his eyes. I'm sorry. I'm sure you are. Can't we just talk? This is the talk. I still love you. You don't know how to love. He flinched. That's not fair. It's the truth. He wiped his eyes. I lost everything. No, I said. You gave it away. He stepped back. You really won't forgive me? I already forgave you, but I'll never forget. Can't we start over? I shook my head. You ended the story. I just stopped rereading it. He hesitated. So, this is it. This was at the moment you lied to my face. He looked around like the porch might change his fate. Do you ever think about us? Sometimes, I admitted, but not with hope. With relief. Ivy, don't say my name like. It still belongs to you. He looked away. You really mean that? I do. He nodded slowly. Okay. He turned, walking into the night like a man who just realized what emptiness really felt like. I didn't smile. I didn't cry. I closed the door and locked it twice. I painted the bedroom white. No more gray walls. No more shadows. Just light. The sheets were gone, those old ones we'd fought under, cried into, pretended on. I tossed them without a second thought. A cactus now lived on the windowsill. Tough, sharp, alive anyway. Zara walked in holding 2 iced coffees. She looked around. You redecorating or erasing? Both, she grinned. You seem lighter. I am, she said on the edge of the bed. You even breathe different. I sleep now. Like actual sleep. No listening for doors or lies. She raised her coffee. To peace, I echoed. My phone buzzed. Just checking in. Let me know if you need anything. Even furniture assembly. Zara smirked. He's still around. He's been consistent. You like him? I don't know yet, but I like who I am when I talk to him. That's a start. I looked out the window. Mara waved from her porch. She told me she started therapy too. I said, your quiet strength is contagious. I laughed. That's a first. No, really. You didn't set the house on fire or trash his car. I wanted to, but you didn't. That's growth. I smiled. It's power. She nodded. You happy? I'm getting there. She leaned over. Then let yourself be. Later that evening, I found a message from Dr. Callan in my inbox. It read, sometimes, we have to lose everything to find ourselves. I stared at the screen for a long time. I had lost everything, but I had finally found me.